In this task, we will explore classifying the newly joined census data to make a map of total population. So here I have QGIS desktop open, and I've set the projection for the map to Alber's equal area. I'll start by going into the layer properties for my layer with the census attributes, going to the Style tab, and instead of a single symbol renderer where every feature receives the same symbol, I'll switch to a graduated renderer. Here I'll choose the attribute column that I'd like to use. I'll choose CE2000T underscore PO. This is the one that has the total population values in it. I'll take the defaults, the blue color ramp, equal interval, and just hit the classify button. So QGIS has gone through the data values in all 3,000 records in this attribute table and classified them into 5 groupings, trying to put an equal interval between the bottom and the top value in each class. I'll click OK. So this doesn't tell much of a story. I have a couple counties popping out with high population, but the vast majority of the counties are receiving the same color and doesn't give us much information. I'll go back into my style for this layer. This time, instead of using the default equal interval mode, I'll choose natural breaks and click OK. This is an algorithm that calculates natural groupings of a series of data values, and it's certainly more informative than the first map I produced. The large population centers are more visible. But I'm going to try another classification technique. I'm going to go back into my layer properties, and instead of natural breaks, I'll choose quantile. Click OK. Now I'm really starting to see some trends in the data. This is an algorithm that attempts to put the same number of features into each class, and often works very well for portraying something like total population among a bunch of features. I'll go back into the style for my layer again, and in addition to changing the mode, I can also change the number of classes, and I can change the color ramp. So I'm going to click the drop down for color ramp, and I'm going to choose the red-blue color ramp. I need to just click one of these values to have this applied, and click OK. Now this is a divergent color ramp. Instead of one color, it's going from dark blue to dark red. And this certainly highlights the rural counties with a red color. Another thing I can do, if I go back into my layer properties, you'll notice that these are the data values in each class. There's also a label. So you can go in here and type values in here. So for instance, instead of 0 to 9,524, I could simply make this less than 9,524. And I probably don't need the extra decimal places. This would make it easier to read for the map reader. I could also go in here and just enter a name for this class, such as rural, and click OK. So you can change the labels for each class to make the map more meaningful to the map reader. This kind of map is known as a choropleth map or a thematic map, where you are mapping a data value across several features in a map layer. In the next lab, you'll do more work with tables. You'll learn how to perform attribute queries and queries based on location.